Hello and welcome to the Yellow Shirt Podcast. I am your host, TXM-Tom Spoors. If you don't know who I am a gaming YouTuber guy who has done a variety of stuff at this point, and here I am talking to...
Hello, or also known as Eleni, or Al, as many people in my community call me. But yeah, I'm a small streamer. I stream on Twitch, and I'm thinking about starting YouTube, but that's a long way in the works.
So we're here with L/RunWithMee. I think it cut out ever so slightly just at the beginning of that. So just to recap. And we just got some questions about content. We're going to talk about content because on the Yellow Shirt Podcast we talk about the content creators and their content, and that is by far the focus. If we get off tangent, if we go on rambles, these kind of things happen on podcasts. It will be absolutely fine. But we're just gonna go the casual rate, just have some fun with this. So I guess the first thing of note would be for you to talk about like your like history with streaming, what you stream, how you started streaming, all of that stuff. I know that's a lot of stuff, and we'll break it down a bit more. But if you just want to kind of start with like what you stream and why you stream.
Okay, so December 2019. Wait, what year is it?
2021.
No, maybe 2020. Okay, I think it was 2020. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start streaming. I really had no inspiration at the time. I just knew that people did it, and people were like, every time I went into a game and people heard that I was like a girl, they'd be like, do you stream? And it would be the first question that they'd ask me, and I'd be like, no. And I was like, if there's so many people asking me, maybe I should just start.
Yeah.
Because if people were like asking about watching me because of my accent, because I'm a girl, whatever, then yeah, I had like no reason not to. But oh my gosh, my first streams were a mess. I had no idea what I was doing.
What do you mean? What do you mean they were a mess?
So I think my first ever one had no webcam, so it was just my screen. There was no like alert set up. There was nothing. I literally loaded it up, put a game capture on, and pressed go, and that was it. That's all I did. I would say that they got worse because honestly, like that's not that bad.
Yeah.
But my second stream, I was like, webcam. We need a webcam. So I got a webcam, and I put like, it was full size at the time, and oh my, I hate full size webcams. I don't know why, but I really don't like everything that's going on in the background. So I put like a pink board around it, but it only had it on the two sides. Like it didn't have it on the top or the bottom, and oh, it was so ugly.
Wait.
It was so bad.
How did you manage? How did you pull that one off? Wait. So like
I just put a pink rectangle in the background.
yeah.
And I didn't size it. So I kind of just put the camera in the middle of the rectangle.
Yeah.
And then just left it. But the dimensions were like really wrong to my camera, so it just had it on the two sides and not the top or bottom. So it was pretty.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Bad.
So then,
Yeah.
what got you to where you are now in terms of your streaming setup?
So after a while, I deleted the pink rectangle.
A real loss for humanity.
Yeah, I knew. And then I cropped my camera. I was like, this is ugly. I worked on my alerts. So I was like, cats are adorable. I'll make it like a bunch of cats. Although my stream is looking to get a new revamp very soon. Because obviously I've taken a break. And yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I watched my alerts. I did everything. I was like, oh, this is just cute. I didn't know what my style was.
Yeah.
So I kind of just worked to like cute. That was kind of my theme. That's all I had. I had no inspiration still until like maybe a month after that, where I started watching people like Hiko and Kaide, and I feel like you'll have no idea who these people are.
I'll nod.
But they are Valorant streamers, and I don't know, they're quite big. They get lots of love from the community. And then I was like, oh, this is what it should look like.
Yeah.
So then I started to work towards that, and then I realized that I have no creative ability in editing of like components. So after a while, this guy called oh my gosh.
Poor guy. He's getting absolutely
Oh
slated here.
no. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Um oh no. He's not even online. Let me find you.
Oh, this is dire. Poor guy.
Ah!
Hope he's not watching.
Yeah, let's just hope. Let's just hope.
He's getting
Oh my
destroyed.
god. Oh no.
She actually can't figure out who this
Oh my
is.
god. Oh my god, I feel so bad. I feel okay, it's Neon. I haven't spoken to Neon in like 2 months. Anyway, not that's
Nice
important.
excuse. Nice excuse. Guy
So
kickstarted your entire career, and you just don't know his name.
so he came into my stream. I must have met Neon in game, or he came from one of my friends' streams. So he came into my chat, he chilled out a bunch, he was like always there, and it was great. Then after a while, he got sick of me not having a border around my camera. So he was like, he asked me in chat, he was like, what are the dimensions for your camera? And I was like, I sent them over to him. And he made me a border
Yeah.
that's like pink and blue. Yeah, it's still the same today. And he created that for me, and he created some like an intermission screen for me.
Oh.
And he basically picked my color palette for me because he basically asked what my favorite colors were, and I said lilac and aqua, I think is what I said. And yeah, so from that I now have my current color palette, I have my current layouts, and it like he was just amazing. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So why Valorant?
So I came to PC gaming at the beginning of COVID. So
Yeah.
it was first lockdown. My boyfriend at the time was a massive gamer, like, and I wanted to like join in because like who wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
um, so he was like, "You put in the money, and I'll send you the parts, and I'll buy you a computer." I was like, "Okay, great." So I got he built me a computer at the beginning of lockdown, which is still the one that I use because obviously it's only been like a year. And first thing I played ever was Overwatch, and I was like okay at it because you can't be well. My aim was pretty bad, but there's only
Yeah.
so bad that you can be with Overwatch because you can play Mercy and just hold left mouse button. So, like, I played my role. I placed bronze, and it was like, okay, fine. And then they were all playing the beta of a new game called Valorant, and I was like, it looks awful. It looks bad. It looks so bad. The graphics are like nothing that I'd like because it kind of looked like CS:GO to me at the time, which I don't like the graphics of because it's like I don't know, it's too realistic.
Yeah.
They were playing beta, and I was like, no, I'm never touching that game. Overwatch is my game. I'm staying with Overwatch. And then the actual release of Valorant came out, and they were like, you should just come play with us. Because obviously then it was free, and in the beta you had to watch like a certain amount of Twitch, and I was just not down for Twitch at the time. So yeah, I went in and I was like, you know what, this isn't that bad. They've changed the graphics, they've made it look a bit more cartoon. I'm like, great, awesome. They stopped playing like 3 weeks later. And I was making friends left, right, and center because I'm female, but we don't say that because I'm cracked. It's because I'm the best at the game there ever was.
You tell yourself that, Elle. You tell yourself that.
I will. It definitely wasn't because I was female. That's not why I have over 160 people on my friends list right now. So I grinded a bunch in Act 1. Let me give you the numbers. So in competitive alone, which was released like halfway through the season, I guess it can be put.
Yeah.
Which is like 3 months long. So in a month and a half, I played 64 comp games. and went from bronze 2, which is where I placed, up to silver 3,
Okay.
which is
And
like 5 ranks.
if someone doesn't know what Valorant is, could you like
Mhm.
explain that? I'm
Okay.
saying this trying to pretend that I know what Valorant is.
So there's a bunch of ranks in Valorant. So the lowest you can be is Iron 1, which many streamers tend to be quite rude about. They're like, literally, if you're Iron 1, just click the tabs in your browser and you'll get better. Like, I don't know. You're like not. You're probably quite new to gaming if you're in Iron, right?
You okay?
And then you have, and all of the levels have 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then there's bronze, which is like, you know what you're doing, but you're bad still. Like,
Yeah.
and then there's silver, which is the average rank of the game, which is where most people are. There's something like 30% of players are in silver.
Okay.
And then you have gold, which is like, oh, you might know what you're doing now. You maybe a little bit, just a little bit. And then there's like plat, which is like, it's like, oh, you have good aim. You either have like good aim and bad game sense, or
Okay.
like good game sense and bad aim.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people that don't know what game sense is, it's just like the knowledge of like the map locations, they're like where to put your crosshair, what agent state to use, like their abilities and like everything like that. And then you have diamond, which is like, oh, you can aim and your game sense is pretty good. Like, you're in the top like 6% of players, I believe, if you hit
Okay.
diamond. And then you have immortal, which is the top 1% of players, which like normally they're just people that can't hit radiant, or like, yeah. And after you hit diamond 3, you can only queue with one other friend, which can be quite sad, which is a bit
Why?
why the gaming has a bit of smurfing issues. So basically they don't want people to be boosted,
Okay.
and that term means like, so if you're playing with a friend that's better than you can also rank up from like, so you could bottom rank, get like 2 kills the entire game, and you'll like go up the ranks with your friend if they're getting like 35 kills.
Yeah, I get you.
And they don't want both people to be like, obviously if you're in a 5 people and like 4 people carry, one person's like completely awful, and they all go up,
Yeah.
then
Okay.
that person who's bad like plays on their own, and they're like,
I get
like
you.
they, yeah, they don't know what to do. And then there's
Okay.
Radiant, which is the top 500 players in each region.
Bloody
So
hell. How many players are there in Valorant in general?
a lot.
That's fair.
I don't know the exact number.
I felt that would
Um,
probably put the percentages into a bit more
okay,
context.
let me try. Oh, I don't even know if there's like a number.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to put it. So in Valorant Pro Team, the amount of like players in each region like affects how many teams can go through to the international thing, like tournaments.
Okay.
So um I think Europe gets like 8 teams or 6 teams,
Okay.
which is the same as North America. And obviously North America are like a big, and so is the EU, I guess, but a big gaming. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of players in EU and a lot of players in NA.
Yeah.
So on the 2nd of June 2021, it was released that 14 million players around the world play Valorant each month.
Bloody hell.
So
It's quite a lot.
yeah, that puts the numbers a bit into perspective. Yeah.
And Radiant's the top 500.
500. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That feels pretty hard to get into. So what rank? So
Yeah.
what rank are you?
So the ranks recently reset. So I'm currently like plat.
Yeah.
Last season I was diamond 2. So I was probably in the top like 5% of players, maybe.
Damn.
But right now I'm kind of like getting those bad teammates. Like, it's such a team-based game that if you
Yeah.
get like a bad teammate, it's like you can't even like carry.
Yeah.
It's like Overwatch. Like if one person's like doing badly, like the whole team just loses out because of it.
I get you. I get you.
Unless you have one person that's completely crazy and is just like
Yeah.
killing everyone.
Well, is that
So
not you in
yeah.
most games then? If you're like up in the ranks.
Uh, well, obviously you play with people with the same rank as you, and you play against people with
Yeah.
the same rank as you. So it's hard for me to play this like the same as I would in like bronze
Yeah.
as I do in plat and diamond. I also don't play. So there's different characters. So there's these duelist characters, which are basically they're meant to either frag or create space.
Okay.
Um, and they're normally the agents that normally come at the top of the leaderboard. Not necessarily that they should. It should technically be these characters called the initiators.
Mm.
But like, it's very rarely that you see anyone but duelist carrying.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't play those agents in my own rank because I feel like it's too much pressure, and I often crumble under the pressure of having that role. So I'd rather be someone that is like helping in other ways.
Yeah.
So it allows me to do other things. Yeah.
So for all the people out there who know what Valorant is, who and I guess are curious, who do you main?
Okay, so I often fill.
Okay.
So although I avoid duelist at all costs, most people play duelist. So like, there's never like they never were like, "Can you play duelist?" It's always like,
Mm.
"Can you play smokes?" or "Can you play flashes?" or something. So
Yeah.
the main people that I play are these agents called Sage, Omen, Guy, and Killjoy.
There's an agent called Guy.
Sky.
I was gonna say if it's an agent called Guy, they really use the creativity budget on that one.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. So
they're my four main agents, I'd say. Yeah.
damn. Okay, okay. So that's a lot about Valorant. And so when it comes to streaming, is it just Valorant, or is it other stuff included?
My community prefer to watch Valorant over anything else.
Yeah.
But I've tried a couple other things. Like I did one in a Zoom stream. I did a couple of Overwatch streams, but my
Hmm.
computer did not like having an Overwatch open. I've done a couple of Minecraft streams, but again, my community didn't love that because it's obviously so different from Valorant.
Yeah.
Although it was like quite nice for me because I could relax and I had more interaction time with my chat.
Absolutely.
Um, my chat just didn't like it as much, so yeah, I don't do it nearly as often. I do it sometimes though, definitely.
So so moving forward, would there be the desire to keep up and like add more, I guess, games to your roster, like under your belt? Or would it be this focus on Valorant, especially because Valorant, if I'm correct, is it's a new game. You were saying like it's like 2020, and so is there the desire to sort of, because obviously that it doesn't have, I guess, an established what's the word, longevity? I'm definitely pronouncing that horrifically wrong. Like it doesn't have an established like lifespan to it, unless they make Valorant 2.
Well, that's possible. So its predecessor, which a lot of people say CS:GO,
Okay.
or like CS, like just the Counter Strike series. That I think CS:GO was like it's like 10 or 12 years old. It's quite old. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I don't really like that game. But again, that was like really the only game that's like its community stuck by it. Like if you're a
Okay.
CS:GO player, like that's what you did. And
Yeah.
a lot of them coming over to Valorant was quite a big moment because even the pros have moved from CS:GO, which means the pro scene in CS:GO is so much smaller. So unless a similar thing happens again, it's quite likely that most of the scenes stay in Valorant or CS, or just flip between the two because there's not much else on the market that's like
Okay.
similar
So
to the two
it's
games.
it's occupying a unique space that
Yeah,
other shooters don't quite.
within reason, yeah. Because there's
Okay.
other games that are like similar, but like people just don't touch them. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I haven't tried them, and I probably might one day. But like right now, I don't
I
know.
get you. I get you. So for you personally, is that also that sense of loyalty, I guess, of like
Mm.
you'll stick by Valorant, do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. Like I just love the game, although it can get so annoying. Like I'm on a lost streak. I'm on a lost streak right now, and I'm like, but I still got up this morning. I was like, I need to play Valorant. I need to grind. I need to get better. I'm gonna like, and until you hit like the best, until you hit Radiant, there's like so much that you want. You're like, I want
Yeah.
that. I want that rank. Like, and yeah, so. I guess because it's so hard that yeah, and then even if you hit Radiant, you have to fight for your spot there because obviously there's new people coming into Radiant every day, and so it can yeah. There's no reason that I would leave necessarily unless they added some characters that made the game really unfun,
Yeah.
or the yeah. So
So
no,
unless
it's
they like
probably
sabotage their own game,
yeah.
like you wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So in terms of like, so I guess generally, if we've was talking about the future, what is your future plans for stuff like Twitch? And you were saying YouTube earlier. So what are your future plans in that?
At the moment, I'm experimenting a lot of what I wanted to do. So recently, I joined a team, and that didn't go too well for me. So I became I became a content creator for them, which is another reason that I'm getting the stream revamp.
Yeah.
Um, they're quite a small team; like no one would know who they are, so I don't need to go down that route. Um, but just oh my gosh, I just like my brain just died.
It's
Um,
okay.
oh my gosh. So I tried like competitively and like I did like it, but the female leagues aren't really out there in Europe yet.
Mm.
And also there's a lot of language barriers in Europe, so and it's really hard to find an all girls UK team. So
Yeah.
it's such a niche thing that I'm looking for
Yeah.
that like it's at right now it's not something that I'm looking at. It's not something that I'm considering that I could do, which is why I'm not always playing comp trying to hit the best rank. I'm just kind of chilling out, trying to just get better. I'm not worried about my
Mm.
rank at the moment. Um but and then I looked at content creation first, like which is the first thing I did.
Yeah.
And I love it. Um but sometimes you get the toxicity from chat, which I'm
Yeah.
not the best at handling. I'm pretty good at it. Like I'm better than I know a lot of other people who would never even consider it. Like if they did try it, then they would struggle probably more than I do. But people that come in from like my games and stuff, and they could come in from a Valorant game and then be like, go back to the kitchen and then leave my chat again. It
Ah,
just
yes. I get
it was like
you.
or like leave gaming to guys or like stuff like that. And it
Bro.
kind of put me off, and then like yeah, I was, and also yeah, so I always, but the issue that I have for streaming is that I never want to do it for the money.
Yeah.
So like when people are like, oh, can you give us like a donation box so like we can give you I'm like, but I don't want it. I just want you guys to be like happy. I don't want like, but like you can't even really stop it 'cause they'll just keep asking until like you
Yeah.
like give it to them or like they'll sub, because the only reason I put subs out, I wasn't even going to become an affiliate, was because I wanted the emotes for my chat because they're all like, when are we getting emotes? I'm like, okay, I'll become an
Yeah.
affiliate. Um, but yeah, it was not something that I looked for, and I feel like that would be the same in the future. That once I I want to find another way to give my chat like emotes
Yeah.
without like them having to spend money to get them, which I'm aware that Twitch has just released a beta where you can get follower emotes
Okay.
or like watch time emotes, which I I prefer that so much. So if I'm able to do that as like a non-affiliate, like I will just like come out of the affiliate program and
Really?
like do that. Yeah,
So
because it would make me happier as a
you would
streamer.
you'd be willing to cut off all like monetization from streaming in the site at all?
Yeah, like I'm not worried about the money like at all. I do it as a like I am pretty happy that what I want to do in the future would like be enough for me. And
Yeah.
if people were still sending me money, I would be like, no, don't do that. So yeah, I would yeah, that is what I want to do ideally at the end of the day.
Yo, that's really I think that's really unique because obviously lots and lots of people obviously focus on the monetization side of things. It's all about how many subs you can get,
Yeah,
especially on Twitch when I think monetization is so easy. It's so easy to achieve it, and
yeah,
it's so easy to focus on it with obviously stuff like you had like subathons, especially on Twitch.
definitely. Where they streamed for like 24 hours or like three. What was it? How long did Ludwig stream for?
It was a
Like
month,
three? Was it a
31
month?
days.
And it was just like, why? Like he already has so much money. I'm like, why? What are you
Yeah,
doing this for?
I think he donated a lot of it to charity in the end,
He did in the
which
end, yeah.
is good. But I can definitely get what you mean about wanting to separate that part from it because I think it's so easy to become caught up um on the monetary side of anything really. Like
Yeah,
especially Twitch where I think because obviously there's the idea of the payouts, the Twitch payouts of
yeah,
you've got to hit that threshold.
yeah,
And so when you've got like so on a month to month basis, it's always like, how do I hit that threshold? And that I guess I can definitely is definitely a scary aspect of it that kind of leads to, at least in I know mine and in other people's cases, that desire to give me all the money in the world, which is quite scary. It's quite
yeah.
depressing
Hmm.
because obviously it is something you do for fun.
Yeah, like the way I got around it at the beginning, like the way that I learned to accept that people were just gonna send me money, is I was like, it's just gonna go back into my PC, back into my
Mm.
into my camera, into my PC, like getting things better for my Twitch. That was the only it was the only thing I was happy spending the money on.
Yeah,
So I was yeah, I didn't keep any of it for myself. I put it all back into all back into my setup. So yeah, I I just did not like it at all.
that's just a round of applause because I that is obviously a pretty great thing to do. Is to make sure it's going towards making everything better for your Twitch chat, your Twitch chat, your Twitch audience. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. And you were talking about YouTube and
Yeah.
your desire to do YouTube. So talk about that. What's up with that?
So I would love to do YouTube, but there is many issues with Valorant YouTube.
Yeah,
Is that there is not so when you go into YouTube, they're like, oh, be niche, but like make sure that you're found, like you can be found.
yeah,
So there's not many things you can do with Valorant YouTube. So there's like the team based stuff, which is
mm,
like if you have like a consistent group of people playing with you that you could make like I don't know, that you could get like clips of your friends out of context or like that sort of thing, or you could make clip montages of you hitting nice shots, or you could like do lineup tutorials. But other than that, there isn't much to the game,
yeah,
but I really want to do it because I feel like it would give my audience, if they missed a stream and they don't want to watch like my whole stream because they're only like 3-4 hours long, like I would love to have something that they could watch instead and like enjoy me like as a content creator outside of my streams, which
yeah,
I would love. But it's just so hard that I'm at the moment I'm just trying to find what I want to do, and then when I find it, I'm just gonna go for it. So at the moment, I'm working on clips. So my first video, theoretically, if I ever get it finished, like to a standard that I'm happy with, will be
yeah.
like clips from from when I was like bronze up to now.
Okay.
Um, so like that is what I want to do, but then after that I'm like, where do I go from there? So I'm kind of holding back as well on doing that because I'm like, I don't want to put something out and then just never post again.
No, I get you. I get you.
So yeah, that's what I'm
It's
trying to
about
figure
like
out.
finding, I guess, a
Yeah.
Valorant series you could do. Um, whether that's like, I'm just obviously, as I know nothing, like very little about Valorant, it is quite difficult to give you ideas. But like, yeah, something like, what can I come up with the top of my head? Like, I guess, like you talk about smurfing. I mean, like that's,
Yeah.
from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. Someone who's like high rank playing in a low rank account. So
Hmm.
like you could do like how fast can you climb up
Yeah.
with
It's
your skills
like,
now.
yeah. It's normally like people do like Iron to Radiant or Guide to Gold, whereas like they're helping someone get from like Iron to Gold because after that they feel a bit uncomfortable boosting them anymore because it's like, yeah. So
Yeah,
that is a common series that happens, but again, like you need people to do it with, and
yes.
yeah. So
And
it's something that I'm looking into,
it would be also
definitely.
making yours unique from everyone else's in a way.
Mhm.
How have you gone about so far then in terms of that idea of uniqueness, of standing out?
So there's not much that I have. Again, everyone's like, "Oh, it's because you're a female." I'm like, "Yeah." But then when people actually spend lots of time in my chat, they're like, "Oh, but like you're super nice to your chat. Like for a Valorant streamer, you reply like really quickly to your chat. Like you're happy dying in a round to reply to your chat.
Yeah,
Like you put your chat before your game, which is nice." Which some people are like, that's lovely, but again, you have to be in my chat or like in my stream for like a period of time to like know that that's a thing.
mm.
But I used to do viewer 10 mans, which is becoming more popular. But like people that were in my chat or like some of my friends that were about would do like 5v5s, which would
Yeah,
be really fun because then everyone can get involved. Or like you'd have random people be like, "Can I join?" Or like come into my chat and be like, "Can I join?" Or you'd be like, "Yeah, of course." Like just hop in. And they loved that. That was something they loved, and yeah, it was great.
so what are you wanting to do? So you've been talking. You were saying about a break that you're taking. Do you want to just
Mhm,
explain that break, and then we can, I guess, talk a bit about after the break and
mhm.
what. And so talk. Yeah. Talk a bit about the break.
So the reason that I'm taking the break is because the people around me started consistently asking me, "How much are you making? Like,
Yeah.
what's it like?" And it drove me nuts because, as I said earlier, like I'm really not in this for the money, and it kind of like they made it about the money.
Mm.
So I was like, I can't, like, I can't do this. And then there was the toxic people, although that was less of it. And I also want to change the times that I'm streaming, but like figuring that out. And also, I'm off to
Mm.
uni in September. So I need to find a time that works for my chat that they
Yeah.
don't have to miss anyone else's streams they love. For example, you or like, or Charlie, HK16.
Just
Like,
put far
they,
too much thought into thinking of how of who Charlie is.
so I was like, I don't like that people have to come into my chat and be like, TXM's live, and I'm like, go watch Tom because like I'll still be here when he's ending stream. Like I'm like, but I didn't like that the viewers had to make that choice.
Yeah.
So I'd rather find myself a new time that
Okay.
like worked for me, and also I was busy with like other stuff outside of streams, like personal like things, also meant that it was harder to stream at that time. So I was looking for new things. I was had the team at the time, so I was like, I'm so busy. Basically had no time for myself
Yeah.
anymore. I was constantly streaming, like stream team, and then like other things. It was kind of crazy. So I kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be better than ever, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm not sure how long I'm looking to go back to streaming things within the next, like very, very soon. Like very soon. I don't.
Almost. We were so close to having a date. We were
Yeah,
so close.
very close. I was gonna say this week, but yeah, this
So it's
week
going out
probably.
on Sunday.
Oh,
Rec-
so maybe it's already started. We'll
Oh,
see. We'll
oh.
see.
Well, if it's
Yeah.
already started, then obviously, then there you go.
Hmm.
There's your answer. But yeah, so when you get back from the break, so
Yeah.
whether or not that's, I guess, already happened, in which case, yeah, a lot of this might get dated in a second.
Yeah.
But the second it gets posted. But when you come back from this break, like
Mhm.
what's the plan? What's Run With Me phase 2? Also, is it
Um,
Run With Me or Run With Me?
oh, it's just wrong with me. Yeah, like it's just like,
Why
or
the
you can just
name?
call me
Why
Run.
why the
Or like,
name?
so, oh my gosh, this came from like when I got a laptop when I was I was like 12. I was playing Minecraft on my little
Yes.
laptop.
Yes.
And I went to a random name generator, and that's where it came from.
Really?
Yeah.
With the extra E?
No, it wasn't available. So it was. I was trying
Oh,
to create a Minecraft account, so it
yeah.
wasn't available. So I was like, oh, I'll just put a new E, and like it just means that it's available and everything. So I'm like, yeah.
Nice. I will forever say Run With Me. I hope you
E.
know that. It's But okay, so yeah, when you get back from the break, what's phase 2? What's the plan?
Get back in the Valorant grind. I hope to start comp on my channel, which I didn't do before
Okay.
because I felt like it would be too much pressure for me, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll test it, try it out a little bit. Go back to the custom games if we can build the community back enough.
Yeah.
Um we I hope start some like climbing streams where I play with my friends for like where we teach them how to play. And maybe some other games. Like I don't want to talk too much about it because like yeah, but maybe I'm looking at it, but I don't want to like give
Ooh,
anything
ooh.
away. Like you have to be there.
Can we have a little hint? Can we have a little tease, a little tickle of the balls? She
Mm.
was going to, and then I said tickle of the balls, and now she decided no. That's fair. Anything?
um
Go on, go on.
uh maybe we'll see some Pokemon coming to the channel. What?
What? Oh my
What?
god! What? What? That's
Maybe yeah, it's
ooh
quite big, I feel.
ooh. That yeah. I mean, is Pokemon? Is that something that you've wanted to do, or is that just like something?
Hadn't considered until quite recently.
Yeah.
So I've always loved Pokemon. It's something that I've always loved. Like I used to watch it on Netflix on like my mom's Kindle Fire. Like
Yo, the
I used to watch it
ideal
on
way to watch
TV.
it on the
I
Kindle Fire.
and my sister would play it on like her 3DS, like when I was a child, like, and I'd be like, I'd loved it. I had like all the Pokemon cards. I've still got them somewhere upstairs from when I was like 8, like
Yo,
still there. So yeah, it's something I've always loved. And I never considered that I could even play it on my computer until like it's still I met you and you were doing like Inazuma and it was on your computer and like yeah. So mhm.
yo. So have you played a Pokemon game before?
Nope, never.
How?
Well, yeah, no. I've played a little bit on one of my friend's Switches, on like
Yo,
the new one. But other than that, no, I've never played. I don't know how I've let it escape me. Um,
who's your favorite Pokemon?
oh,
Go
now you've
on.
asked the question.
I'll go grab mine. I'll go grab mine real quick. Yo, yo. Hello.
Oh my
If you're just
god.
listening to this, I am currently holding a big Dedenne plushie. He's just vibing. He's just chilling.
So
He's
cute.
he's just chilling. What's
What's he
up?
holding?
He's
Is that
holding.
like
It's his tail.
oh his tail? Okay. I was
Do
like,
you never hold your tail?
no.
So
I let it
what's
drag on the floor.
so what was your choice then? What's your choice then?
I'd say I'm gonna pronounce it wrong now. Like Minchino.
That's how you pronounce it. I
Okay.
think I think it's either Mincino or Mincino,
Yeah.
but I genuinely couldn't tell you. Okay, okay. So have you seen like is that like for any reason or is it just because it's cute?
I just loved its trading card and I just fell in love with it. And then I saw it in the show and I was like, oh my God, like this is so cute. Because it reminds me
Oh,
of like a little, it's not a finger monkey, but it reminds me of one. Like just its appearance reminds me of like the little monkeys.
I have no idea what a finger monkey is. Wait, I'm gonna find this. Wait,
I
what
feel like this isn't the right like animal that I'm referring to, but there is a really cute animal that I'm referring to, thinking
finger?
of.
Wait, let me find this. Finger monkey. Um. Oh, this. Wait, like this thing.
Yeah, kind of, but hold
Oh my.
on. There must be like I wonder what
I mean, that is adorable. I'll give you that. It is very, very cute. Like it's just vibing on someone's finger. Or I guess their thumb. That's cute. So
I
small
wonder
as
what
well. I want
animal.
one. Don't know what I'd call it. It's so cute. Hello. What's
Oh,
yo?
it's a chinchilla. Oh my God, that makes it even better. That makes it even better. I love chinchillas. I want one so bad, but they live for like 10 years, so I'm not sure that it's a great idea. But I
Absolutely an
really, really
amazing, amazing idea. I think you should get yourself a chinchilla. Pop off to uni with a chinchilla by your side.
yeah, oh
Get
my
it, get
God.
it on the shoulder.
I've
Yo.
always wanted a chinchilla. Like
Have,
they're so cute
yo.
and fluffy.
Wait, I need to find a picture of a chinchilla now because I barely remember what one looks like. Chinchilla.
They have
Yo.
like is this like 20 hairs per follicle, whereas the average human has like one or to three?
Per follicle.
Yeah, like yeah. So you know how like each hair has this like place that it lives in.
Yeah, yeah, I
The place where
guess.
it comes from.
Yo. Okay. Oh. Hello. Oh. I'm dying. It is adorable. It is so cute.
Exactly. They're like big gerbils.
That's
Big
so cute.
fluffy gerbils.
I would die for it.
They're like quite big too. They're like this.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. That makes it a lot less cute.
Really?
I
I
feel
think
like
it's cute.
if something's big, I feel like that's like verging on scary.
But they get like really, really hyper and they'll just start doing like laps and like they do this thing where they like jump off the walls and it's really cute.
It's quite cute. Have you had any pets?
I've had one rabbit and he hated me. He would just like I'd go near him and he'd fly at me, like he'd like pounce at me.
Yeah.
But anyone else went near him, he'd be like cuddles. He'd like brush like his head on theirs. Oh,
What was his name? What was his name?
chocolate.
Was he brown or was he like?
He was like brown, black, and white, I think. I think it was all of it.
Whoa. That is. Oh, and he didn't like you. That's so
No.
depressing.
I
Okay.
got him for like my 10th or 11th birthday and he just hated me. It was
That's so sad. Oh, I used to be scared of rabbits.
why?
I don't know, like the way they look at you. I think it's quite terrifying. They're just like I have yet to. I mean, as I have a cat who like brings in rabbits on the daily. He's terrible. I hate him so much. He just brings in these rabbits and like. I mean, so obviously the vast majority of rabbits I see are either dead or in terrific pain, or are like scared for their life, and so I'm never really seeing a rabbit at like the top of its game.
When it's happy.
Yeah, exactly. But like every time I see one, it's just like darting about, like staring at me, like with absolute just fear in
It's
its
like, where are you
eyes.
going? It's like,
Yeah.
where are you going?
And it's like, so we have to like trap it and then like pick it up in a bag and throw it away, and it's like that's just not a fun time. It's
I bet.
Yo, one time. Not to make this podcast about my cat, but I felt like it's not a bad thing. One time my cat brought in like a freaking like, like koi fishes. Like this,
It brought you a koi fish?
like a full prized koi fish, just straight out of someone's pond.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say,
it-
like, someone must have spent like money on that koi to put it in their pond. And your cat's like, mine now.
Yeah, he just took it. He just dropped it on the kitchen floor and just sat by it, just looking like all proud of himself. He didn't even like eat it. He just plopped it on the floor and just like looked all proud of himself. And
Don't mess
literally,
with me. I killed a koi fish.
literally, he's like the cat's tiny as well. Like he's tiny
Oh
and he'll just go
no.
around killing everything. Like one time there was like just a whole weasel, just and it was like laid out like and genuinely it was like the worst. It was laid out on the step in the garden. It was like laid out on a step and everything. So he like arranged it, like organized
Yeah.
it, like already is like a prize showing.
He's like, do you want to know if you think my humans will like me if I bring them up?
Full weasel. He's the worst. I can't stand him.
I don't even think I've ever seen a weasel. Like, the fact that he found one is pretty impressive.
Yeah, he just finds these things. And like my last cat before that, like brought in bats.
That's a pretty common though.
Are they?
But like, yeah, surprisingly, like at my old house, we could like literally bat watch in our garden at night. It was pretty cool.
Yo, like, how would you bat? Because like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like bats are like associated with like caves and that.
So I live like near an old like burnt down church where they all lived, and then at night like they'd come out. So like we went on like this bat watching walk like previous
Yeah.
like a couple of weeks maybe, and then we were like okay, and then we realized they're literally like some that flew around our back garden like all the time.
Okay.
So we knew like how to look for them because like obviously we went on the walk like not much prior, but we had like these cool devices where we could hear them. Anyway, so we went back to our garden and we realized how many like constantly like flew like past our house because obviously they have to look for food, right?
Yeah.
And like our house must have been like a main like jet stream for
I get
them.
you. Oh my god. That sounds terrifying. I feel like bats are like quite scary too.
They're tiny though.
Are they? Like
Yeah.
surely they could like eat you.
They can bite you and give you like rabies. But I don't think they'll eat you.
You ever had rabies, El?
No.
I mean
I have not.
that's pretty lucky. That's pretty lucky. But I felt yeah, bats like I quite scared of it. Like especially like you say living near a burnt down church. Like were you never scared like of like ghosts?
No, 'cause it was like a good distance away.
Yeah.
Like there must have been like a good like 50 houses between me and the church. Yeah.
But if the bats were coming out, then surely
Yeah.
like the ghosts could just kind of like float their way over and vibe.
But like isn't the whole thing with ghosts is that they can't leave the property that they died on?
Oh shit. True. Sorry, my recollection of ghosts comes purely from A Christmas Carol.
I learned that from like Danny's house on like CBBC. So
I mean, if Danny's house said it, then it has to
or
be
Danny's
true.
castle. I don't know. That was both. I
Wait,
think. I think Danny's castle.
Danny's castle. Wait. Yes. Okay, I see. Oh my god. Oh my god. These ghosts. Oh my god. They're just vibing there. They're just.
Yeah. And they were like, "Yeah, we can't leave." Like it was quite.
So yeah, I mean, did you ever like visit the burnt down church? Were you ever like, what's
No.
up?
Like there was a barn next to it as well, which also got like lit on fire by like a bunch of teenagers. But like, so it was just an area that you just didn't go. It's
Yeah,
just like.
that makes sense. Oh my god, you could like die there.
Yeah.
Then you'd be the ghost
Yeah, then I'd be trapped there with all the other ghosts that died.
in Danny's castle.
I don't think that church actually had like a graveyard. I think it was just like a worship church, you know.
So I mean, you never know because if it burnt down, then surely like someone would have burnt down in there.
Not necessarily. That's what
True.
doors are for.
Well, if they got out in time, yeah. I feel like I'm thinking about this too much.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Just a little bit.
Because I mean, you were saying your stream is all cutesy, and here we are talking about burnt down churches. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, wanted to feel welcoming, I guess. If people like ghosts, then maybe they'll feel welcomed right now.
So did you end up settling? So it's would you say cuteness is still your theme for your like content and your streams, or is it like become a bit more?
Still wouldn't say that I know what my theme is.
Nice, nice.
Because I could make it Valorant themed, but that felt basic, and then
Yeah.
I could. I don't know. I'm still. There's nothing that says like screams me. Like if I ask people like what's something that I really like, they always go Disney, and I'm like, I'm not making my stream Disney themed. Like that is
Okay.
possibly the worst
I'm
idea.
actually going to write down Disney on my list of discussion points because I'm not leaving without a discussion about Disney. But okay.
Okay.
Now you've brought that up. But okay. But yeah. So you still would say cuteness is your theme, or like
No,
I feel that's so like how would you incorporate that? Because it feels very broad.
it is very broad, and that's kind of the point. Is that I have cats and cute
Yes.
colors, and I'm just
Nice.
there to be nice, and like I say words like puggies, which my chat love and go crazy for. So I'm kind of just like I don't know. I just
Thing is, I've now got this image in my head of you in your 40s saying poggies, and that's like a
can you
really
see me in my 40s? What do I look like in my 40s? Do I have grey hair?
in your 40s.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like, you know, maybe a 50s, 60s thing.
Okay, but maybe I was stressed.
The streaming's finally got to you. You
Yeah.
can't get Radiant in Valorant.
Oh, imagine if I'm still playing Valorant when I'm 50.
you're in,
Oh.
you're in what's it called, like Immortal. You're so
Yeah.
desperate for that Radiant, you just can't
I'm
quite
like
crack it.
501.
Yes. Oh, that's how you die. Is like the way you die is like you finally
Heartbreak.
get that. No, not heartbreak. It's the opposite.
Okay.
It's you hitting Radiant and that like
Oh,
instant sense of relief. It just like
heart attack.
yeah, it just like ascends you to the heavens.
Mm,
That
okay.
that I don't know whether that's depressing or not. I'm gonna say it's not.
I feel like the fact that if I haven't hit Radiant by the time I'm 50 is the bit that's depressing.
Do you reckon you'll hit Radiant?
If I keep playing, yeah, because
Oh,
I've gone from bronze to diamond, so like
you can get
it's
from
only one more rank to immortal,
yeah.
but like I've been in plat for like 4 seasons now.
Okay, how long's the season?
3 months.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time in plat, but like apparently once you're like out of like plat and like low diamond, like you kind of fly.
Okay,
I
okay.
guess. It's kind of like there's like I don't know. I don't know how to put it. You know like the gates that you have to
Sure.
like pay out on a motorway?
Yeah.
It's like one of those where it's like, oh, you haven't got enough money to pay right now. Try again tomorrow. And
Okay.
then once you're there, you can go like 70 again, you know.
Nice. Okay, I
So
get you. Okay, so you reckon you'll hit Radiant like soonish?
not in I'd probably end up sitting in an immortal for a long time because that's
Ah.
like a lot of people and I know people that have been there since Act 1 and they're still there. So
Ouch.
yeah.
At that point you just think you're a bit shit, to be honest.
What if you're in the top 1%? You can't be bad.
Yeah, but like, you know, relative to the other top 1%ers, like, you know, you're definitely not 0.05%, you know. I guess though I obviously, you know, I'm not quite as up to date with my my Valorant slang. But so you were saying about toxicity and
Yes.
like that kind of and people coming into your chat, especially because you play an online game that is competitive and people coming into your chat purely for the purpose of saying, as you said, like get back to the kitchen, which is like finding you insult first of all.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, so like what would you, so if you want do you want to talk about more about that, like in terms of how you've like learned to deal with the toxicity, like the I guess the feeling of it the first time you get it?
Yeah, so the first time you get it, it's like in a way, as a female, I kind of expected it because I
Mm.
knew that there's not many of us in the community. Although I'd say that there's more in Valorant than other games,
Mm.
but you get you kind of have to expect it because you can't like if you know games like COD where or like Rainbow Six Siege where everyone's just like always toxic, where no matter if you're good or bad, like they're just toxic anyway.
Yeah.
You kind of just like expect that like you kind of just expect they're gonna be toxic in a way.
Yeah.
Um, but the guys that come into my stream are kind of the ones that hurt most because they're like putting in so much effort. Whereas like when it's in game, I'm like, okay, you're just toxic. Like it's
Yes.
just like you like this is just you. Like you do this to everyone. But where
Mm.
when they put the time to come into my stream, I'm like, that hurts.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Or if someone sat watch like it also hurts less if someone sat watching my stream and is like, what are you doing? I'm like, I have no idea. But when it's like someone that's I don't know. If you're gonna put in that effort to come watch my stream, like I don't know.
Mm.
But I also am aware. So there's I'd say that the lower ranks are a lot more toxic, definitely. So
Really?
like yeah, because everyone's just angry because they're like, oh, I'm in bronze, like God, like damn it, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be horrible to everyone, like it's everyone else's fault that I'm here. So I'm gonna be
Okay.
toxic. But like you still get people that are like so in diamond and stuff, they'll be like, how are you this rank? Like how are you diamond? And I'm like, the way that I reply to that is I go, I'm boosted. It's like I didn't get it myself here, like but I know that I did.
Yeah.
So, but like it makes like I don't know. It's just funny because I just go along it with them. I go along, yeah, whatever. I just go along with it. Or like if a guy's just being toxic for no reason, if you're like nice to them, they'll be nice back. Or if you like, but if you start like taking away, so say if they didn't buy you a gun or something, and then they request a gun, if you then don't buy them because they didn't buy you, I'm like, well, you're no better than them, right?
Mm.
Which I see a lot of girls do is when a guy is toxic to them, they like are just like, no, I'm not gonna buy you. I'm not gonna come. I'm gonna shut myself away in a corner. Which I'm like, that isn't exactly the best way to deal with it
Yeah.
because I know that like if you're nice to a guy normally that's toxic, they'll be like, oh, I feel bad now. And then they'll like shut up and just get on with the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but the guys that just throw like that come into your game and are like, you took my agent and then start throwing and like running around shooting the walls, you kind of just have to report them and get on with your day. Like you just don't have to like just don't think about that game. You go GG, go next, just like finish that game, get it over and done with. Like throw with them if you have to, just get it over, just go next game. Like
Mm.
it's just the best way to do it.
I get you. I get you. It. I guess that's just kind of something that's to be expected from any multiplayer game.
Mm.
Especially ones that I'm surprised about the fact that you said that the lower ranks are more toxic. I would have expected the higher ranks to be just I guess because of the added I guess you would expect like people to be more competitive there.
See, the issue with like silver and below, there's kind of like just a range of people there. Because like
Yeah.
you could be like brand new to the game and place like bronze, right?
Yeah.
Which obviously isn't that bad. That's quite good, in fact. But if you're like because there's such a range of people, because if you think like there's 30% of the like the player base is like in silver, that must be like quite a like they're not all going to be like the same ability.
Okay.
Which then means if you've got someone that isn't quite as good as you, like they're probably like I don't know, they can't control their recoil or something. I don't know if this means anything to you, but
It does. It doesn't. But go on.
and then they'll get toxic at you, and then like because there's such a gap. Whereas, like as you get higher, though there's still people that are like that, you kind of just accept it. Like
Yeah.
you learn acceptance as you go up the ranks. Like you'll still get the odd person that's like toxic, but I'd say it's definitely a lot more common in the lower ranks. Coming from like the lower ranks, I'd say it's definitely more common in the lower ranks.
Okay. That
I don't know
that
why.
makes sense. So I guess we can now shift from All My Toxicity to talking about something else that ends with a Y, but is a lot more fun. Disney.
Yes.
So you said you like Disney. So I'm just gonna give you the floor for a sec.
So I'm a Disney child. I have literally grown up on Disney. I watched barely any Universal movies. Any other like company, I've barely watched their movies. Like if you tell me like another movie, if I've watched it, I've probably watched it in the last like 3 years. Like
Whoa. Okay.
I was literally the biggest Disney child. I went to Disney for the first time when I was like 6 months old. I went like more than once a year. Then I started going like we would go like most years, and then I started cruising. I was just a big Disney child. Like my parents love
Yeah.
it. I've watched most of the movies, got most of the movies on disc, so we have like Disney Plus. Yeah, so like when I watched Disney Channel when I was younger, like I'm just a Disney child.
So what's your favorite Disney movie?
Lilo and Stitch.
Really?
Like because of the character, like I don't know, maybe it's which one's got Angel in it? The one that's got the girl Stitch in it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Lilo and Stitch 2 or like the Stitch movie, but like yeah.
Ooh, obscure
Uh,
choice.
but like if you want quality of movie, I'm not sure. I don't. I wouldn't say the Disney movies that like the older ones like really aren't that good. You kind of watch them for nostalgia, which is the same with like Star Wars and stuff. People don't like watch it and be like, "This is amazing." They watch it and be like, "I watched this when I was a child." Like they get
R.I.P.
nostalgia.
to L for all the Star Wars fans who are going to be in the
Hi guys.
comments going, L, what are you talking about? Star Wars
Oh, but I
2
don't
is
like
it's
Star Wars.
incredible. You don't like Star Wars? That's absolutely valid. I kind of agree, to be honest.
um, I don't know. The newer ones are like they're getting like definitely getting better because like obviously software's improving, everything's getting better, everything's
Yeah.
great. But I feel like Disney can be pretty repetitive sometimes. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get quite controversial here. But
Ooh.
yeah.
So
I don't know.
what do you think is like the best Disney film? So if Lilo and Stitch 2 or which one out of those you were talking about. So what if that's your favorite, then what's like the best? If you had to pick one, or you can pick like multiple. I don't really mind. There are no set rules.
This movie's got to be one of the more recent ones. So movies like Moana, and like other I don't know, I don't like the live action remakes.
That's absolutely
It's something that I
valid.
don't like. But there's too many movies. There is way too many movies.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
um, I really liked like the graphics of Frozen 2.
Okay.
And it also felt like both children and adults could enjoy it at like the same time. But I also
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people didn't watch it because they like were like Frozen 1 was like it was too big, like it like everyone loved it, like it went crazy, and then they were like, I can't watch Frozen 2 because I
Mm.
don't know. They just didn't want to hop on the bandwagon from the first one.
Yeah. No,
I don't know.
absolutely.
I really liked the second one. Like it just felt appropriate for all ages. The graphics were nice. Frozen 2.
Didn't have Let It Go
And
though.
Moana.
What's up with
The
that?
music was better. I don't know. I don't know which one has better music. But like Frozen 2 and Moana are all like really like I don't know. All ages can enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. So I would you say like those three are like your pinnacle?
What is that?
Like the top, like the best.
If I was to yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Although they're not what I would like go to watch.
Would that be like the Lilo and Stitch one you're talking about?
Yeah, like Lilo and Stitch or like I don't know. There's just so many.
I can't believe how dirty you're doing Aladdin here. That is dire. I'm
Because I
kind.
did the stage performance of Aladdin.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who were you?
While I was just like there was um did I have I was just a dancer in that one. So I
Damn.
was like one of the genies, and I was a parrot, but like because there was like multiple parrots because of the way that the stage one that we did worked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yo, Aladdin is an amazing movie. I have a poster of it over there, so I'm
Yeah.
that's probably my favorite Disney movie.
Good.
Straight up.
I'd say it's probably like my sister's. I don't know. There's just so many movies.
There is a lot. I think there's like over 100 of them. It's ridiculous.
There's way more than that.
It's,
and then you've got all the Pixar movies.
Yeah. And then like now the live action Disney remakes too, which is like, what's the point? But no,
they're a good watch, but I wouldn't watch them twice.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been able to sit down and watch the Beauty and the Beast movie because I don't know, it just feels wrong.
First of all, as a self-proclaimed Emma Watson stan, that does hurt. But I also haven't seen it either. I haven't seen it either, so I cannot blame you in the slightest.
It just seems like I wouldn't want to sit, like when I have my own children, I'm not gonna instantly sit my child down and be like Beauty and the Beast, because it like I sat there on a plane and I was like, this is scary, because I was on a plane at the time. Like I was like
the original Beauty and the Beast.
No, the live action one. I watched like the first like 5 minutes and then turned it off.
Really?
Yeah,
it was like, that scary.
Well, no, it's just like lightning on the castle and like I don't know. It was just like I don't know. I didn't like it.
Lightning on the castle, and that was too much. That was it. Yeah. That's all I needed to just know. Nah, I got a dip. Mm-hmm. Damn. So, and you said you didn't want to include Disney into your content in like terms of like theming and that. Is there any particular reason for that?
Just seems a bit cringy, really. As something that I've like grown up with, there's a lot of people that will be like, a lot of people are like Disney's for like kids.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, no, it's not. But if everyone's gonna think that, then I kind of have to roll with that.
I get you.
Like I can't. Yeah, I don't like. I don't mind having a younger fan base, but I don't want to be like. I don't want to theme myself around a younger fan base.
What would be the ideal age range of your fan base?
Depends what age I am, I guess.
What about it's like right now? What would it be?
Sometimes I stream with friends that say bad words.
Yes.
So it kind of like probably like I don't know.
I do things with Charlie. Don't worry, I completely understand.
Exactly. Probably like 14 to like 25. I feel like it gets a bit weird after that.
Yes,
like,
definitely.
I don't mind them. Like they're great. I love them. Like I love all my viewers. I love my chat. Yeah. But like I don't know. Don't obsess over me. If you're like outside that.
You don't want any like RunWithMee fan accounts out there on Instagram.
Well, they can. I would love to see like fan art and stuff. I feel like that would be really cool.
Have you got any?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I know, right?
Wait. Do I have any paper?
Are you gonna draw me some fan art
right now? Right now. I think I have a pen. I do have a pen. Okay. I have a massive notebook here. Staples notebook. Shout out to Staples. Sponsor the podcast, please. Right. Let's do some RunWithMee fan art. Why not? Okay. I'm gonna nail this.
Those who are just listening, they're gonna be like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, they're just gonna hear the sound of pen. Okay. Okay, I'm nailing this. Get those eyes. Gotta get those headphones.
I think what like the best Disney movie is. I'm gonna have to like Google the Disney movies of like recent times.
I can't do noses, so you'll have to live without a nose. If that's all right.
The movie's pretty good, but they're not exactly like entire. I don't know. They're pretty good.
Which one?
The Marvel movies. I refused to watch them for such a long time because I'll be like, yeah, but now I watch them. I'm like, yeah, that was good.
Have you seen all of them?
Like pretty much. Like, I haven't watched like most like the whole movies and stuff.
I mean, that's fair. I felt you can't really blame someone for not watching Hulk.
Inside Out is good. I like Inside Out and Big Hero 6 and like those sort of like the Pixar movies.
Big Hero 6 isn't Pixar, but
no, but yeah.
No, I get it.
I'm looking at them and I'm like, because yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
Yo!
will always be a classic. That and like, yeah, Ratatouille's always a go-to. Mulan's a pretty good go-to.
See, I feel like Ratatouille is one of those films that everyone regards as a classic. Like, I have yet to meet someone who says, I don't like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, I'll ask, like, anyone. Like, I think I was talking with some friends about this, and I'll ask them, what's your favorite Pixar movie? And they'll always be like, oh, I don't know. Ooh, Ratatouille. Always. It's so weird. I need to nail the
Wreck-It
running on
Ralph
this fan
was
art.
okay.
Yo.
Wally was like it was pretty good. Like I don't know. It's kind of like
Wait,
that's what
you talking
happens when
slander about Wally?
no. Like it's
I was
like
gonna say,
that's
I think I'd have to end the call.
um. Oh, there's
How?
Brave. I don't know.
I'm trying to add something Valorant here, but I don't know enough about Valorant. I'm just gonna put a V on your top. There you go.
Okay.
That stands for Valorant.
Lady and the
Okay.
Tramps. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say Ratatouille is probably like the
Right.
best movie. But it has really bad rides at the park, but we won't talk about that.
Yo. Okay, fair enough. Are you ready? You ready?
My
Okay.
first ever fan art. Oh my god, look at follow Run With Me.
What do you think? Because
Imagine my hair in pigtails.
I can't do anything
Oh,
else.
my headset. Oh, okay.
You're running, obviously.
Oh my god.
What do you think? You got the V for Valorant. Your headphones. I think it's basically
Amazing.
perfect.
I love it.
There you go. This is new
My
avatar.
first ever fan art. Yeah. I'm gonna put it on like my Twitter or something that I've
Yo.
yet to actually post anything on. But we won't talk about that really.
Do you want me to put? Because I have like the promotion bar at the bottom of the screen, during this. So do you want your Twitter on there or not? Make a single tweet just for this.
Oh yeah, I'll make a tweet just for this like exact moment. Like I'll just you have to send me like a picture of like your fan art. So I can
Yes,
use it.
yes. Wait, I'm gonna. Where did my phone go? Let me take it. Let me take a cheeky photo of this fan art. Oh my god, this is. I hope you admire how much of a masterpiece this is.
Finding Nemo.
Yo, Finding Nemo is class.
Mary Poppins is also really good.
Yeah, I can agree with that. What are the Disney movies would I say is like the
It's in
peak?
Wonderland.
Okay, so there's this film called Alice, which is like an adaptation of Alice in Wonderland, but it's like also kind of animated, but it's like mostly animated, some like parts live action, and it's like stop motion animated with like dolls and like stuffed animals, and it's like really creepy, but it is really good. And I don't know if I'd recommend it to anyone, but I feel like I need to talk about it every chance I get because I am yet to not be scarred from it.
What is it?
It's Alice. It's called Alice. It was released in 1988.
Why don't you know the exact year it's released? Yeah.
It's terrifying. I would recommend. It's fully available on YouTube. Fully available on YouTube. For free. It's something else. It's really scary. I don't know if it's scary that
for
way.
a certain age.
Don't watch it if you're like 5 or something. I'd say if you're willing to like have nightmares, I would recommend it. Definitely. I think you should definitely watch it. I think you'd have a good time.
And I'd be scared if I got scared of Beauty and the Beast opening.
I don't think you'd be scared. I think you'd more go, what is Tom on? I think you just end up more concerned for me. Which is valid.
14 frightening and intense scenes. So
There's only 4. That means there's only 14 of them.
true. They could be quite long.
True. It's. I don't know if I'd call it. I don't know what I'd call it. But I definitely would. I guess recommend it. What's the weirdest film you've seen?
What's the guy with like The metal between his hands. This is a horror movie. I think it's just.
The
It's
metal
like It's such an obvious movie.
Mel between his hands. Wait. Freddy Krueger? Is the Nightmare on Elm
Yes,
Street?
yes, the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Oh my god.
You've se-
Ugh.
oh. So I'm
Ugh.
assuming you don't like horror movies.
No. Mm, I don't mind things that are like kids that are. What's the movie called? Like, there's this movie where some kid like. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I don't mind like. Like, oh my god, what's the word? Where it's like ghosts and like magic and
Yeah.
that's sort of creepy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the word is.
Supernatural.
Supernatural, that's the one. Like things that are like kind of on the eerie supernatural side. Like I don't mind that side of like horror movies.
Yeah.
But things with like loud jump scares I don't like.
That's
Like
fair.
it was okay because it wasn't like jump scary. It was kind of like weird things scary.
Yeah.
I don't like the jump scares because I don't like loud things. Like I find like loud things like really scary sometimes.
So that's weird to me then that you like theme parks and theme park rides. So I felt that those would be quite loud.
Mm, they're not that bad.
Really?
It's like sudden noises. Like I
get
don't mind
you.
constant loud. Like constant loud's fine.
Okay.
But like
Okay.
sudden loud's like ow. It's like
Yes.
I'm gonna. So like when I know that like something scary is gonna come up in a movie, like if I know there's gonna be like when it's predictable there's gonna be a jump scare,
Yeah.
I'll cover my ears and it's completely fine.
That's fair.
Or if I'm watching like a crime movie, like when the murders happen, I'll just have to like cover my ears and I can watch. It's fine.
Yeah.
But if I'm if I haven't got my ears covered, like it's just so much scarier. I'm just like no, 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 no.
But like, yeah, I get you. I get you. So like, you've been saying like, obviously we talk about Disney. So like, and you're saying about theme parks and that. So like Disneyland. It's like,
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Disneyland? What's the crack with Disneyland?
So I've been to Disneyland in Paris, Disneyland in California, and Disney World in Florida. So if people always are like people who ask, I can like if they could afford to go to any of them, I'd be like go to California.
Yeah.
Because the weather's nice, it rarely rains, it's not humid, so like if you're sweating, like it's evaporating straight off you, like you don't actually get sweaty.
Okay.
And like it's hot and like the parks, the two parks that make up Disneyland and California are like right next to each other, so you could just walk across and like
Nice.
everything's in walking distance in California.
Yeah.
And then in Florida, everything's like a bus ride apart, or like like you have to. Everything's really far apart. It's always humid. You're always sweaty. Like it's always rains at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like exactly dead on. It's like there's 5 parks. There's less rides and then 5 parks than there is in the 2 in California.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How?
But there's like a lot more experiences in Florida.
Okay. What
So,
about
like,
what about Paris? Shout out to Paris. Disneyland. That's the only one I've been to.
Like Paris.
You don't like Disneyland Paris? What did it ever do to you?
So there's just lots of people that like smoke. Like
Yeah,
we've
that's
literally
fair.
had Disney have literally given us like a free holiday to Paris, like because of like we complain about the smokers.
That's damn. I just figured out what I need to do.
So like people would you'd like sit down to watch the fireworks. People would like light up next to you, and you'd be like, "There's literally a smoking area like 10 meters behind us." Like
I get you. Damn.
Like I don't know. I just and like everything like the rides are always broken.
Yeah.
Like all the time in Paris, and I'm always like, but you're not. Like you're not. Like I don't know. Like there's certain rides that will close at like the same time every night and be like, we're broken.
Yeah.
And, like you'd be like, are you at the same time as yesterday?
Oh,
I don't know. It's good, like, for people that live in the UK and can't really, like, afford to, like, fly or can't go for a long time. So say if I've
Hmm.
only got, like, a couple of days, like, Paris, I'd be like, "Yeah, go for it."
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But, like, if people can afford to go to any of them, I'd be like, "California, go." I also think California's cheaper than Florida, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah.
Someone can fact check that. But yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. I think I went to Paris on like a school trip, and it was nice. I passed out, which was fun
Is it hot?
on the rock and roller coaster, rock and rollin' roll
Rock and
rock
roller coaster.
that one. Because I have eating problems, and so I ate nothing but like bread
Mm,
for the entire trip, which wasn't a good idea when it was that hot.
yeah.
And so I passed out on the rock and roller coaster, which was a really fun time. I'd recommend it. But yeah, so my memories of that trip
Did
are
you come round at the end of the ride, or did they have to, like, stop?
no, I got to so yeah, I passed out like during.
Yeah.
So like it was like and then by the end of it, so you know the photos you can get.
Yeah.
So my friend went to the photos, and there was like all the friends like excitedly in the roller coaster, and me just like passed out at the back, which wasn't the best look, I'll be honest. But
I bet they enjoyed it, though. They enjoyed looking at that photo.
none of them bought it. I was so shocked. I thought for sure someone was gonna buy it, and they didn't. And I was really disappointed because I wanted to have that memory of me passed out for the rest of my life. But yeah, it was weird. Disneyland. I would love to go to Disneyland, California. I thought that'd be sick. Now especially you've hyped it up.
It's honestly, I can't fault California, like, at all.
What's your favorite ride?
I think my favorite rides are Florida, but
What's it called?
the Matterhorn Mountain. Actually, same.
Oh, oh,
Oh, it's in California. Okay. So, although you will get bruises,
yeah,
because it's so old, but, like, basically you sit in, like, in a bobsled,
yeah.
and there's two tracks. One's, like, way faster than the other, but you basically just go through the mountain, and
Okay,
it's like there's a yeti, and, like, I don't know. It's just I just don't know why, but I love it.
I get
Like,
you.
most people will be like, "Oh, yeah, that's just another ride," but, like, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. You'll have
No,
to, like, everyone will have to go, like, look up. Yeah, the Cali River Rapids, which is in one of the rides in California Adventure, which is the second park.
okay,
Which is always a good way to cool down if you are too hot, because obviously you dry pretty quickly because it's dry heat.
yeah,
Amazing. Which is just like a normal, like, raft river ride. It's just normal. And then also, I think I'm gonna give my third as well is so a couple of years ago they made Cars Land,
yo.
and they have, I don't know what the ride's called.
Shout out to my boy Lightning McQueen. What legend?
Radiator Springs Races, which is
Okay.
where, like, you'll go. So at the beginning, you go, like, under the waterfall, and, like, you'll go through, like, you'll get, like, hit by the combine harvester at the beginning of the movie, and then you scare the tractors, and then, like, you go around, and then, like, you set up for a race alongside another cart of, like, people, and then, like, you go like over some bumps outside. You have to like look up that ride, like,
Yeah,
it's so good. Although you obviously it's not quite as good as when you're riding it,
I get
but
you.
it's a great ride. I love it. Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, I have so many good rides. Anyway, yeah, I'll stop.
No, go on. If there's another one you want to talk about, if there's another one you want to talk about, absolutely talk about it.
There's Big Thunder Mountain, which is at all the parks.
Okay. I think I know that one.
Which is like the train ride. Oh, and Space Mountain, which is like the same thing but inside and space themed.
So where you yeah, and it's space themed. It's just of course.
No, Space Mountain is kind of
It
like
is, yeah, it is in the name, isn't it?
Space Mountain and what did I just call the other one?
Thunder Mountain.
Thunder Mountain. Like, they're like the same thing. Like,
See,
right?
I thought Space Mountain was pretty overrated, to be honest.
Oh, but in Paris there's like 3 loops, whereas in the other parks it's no loops.
Okay.
Like
Wait.
it's a lot more subtle at the other parks.
Yeah. See, it was just because it was just kind of like, it was like it was just kind of black. Like I wasn't getting like like an experience. It was just like darkness.
Sometimes, yeah. So there's the 2 ways like you can get around that. So sometimes they turn the lights on for people that like can't have. I think it's epilepsy, maybe. So sometimes they just turn the lights on and you go around with the lights on, which is totally scary. Because you're then scared to put your hands up where you wouldn't be in the darkness because like the rails like that are above you are like literally like hand length
I get
away.
you.
And then there's the other one, like at Halloween, or like special events throughout the year, they put like extra like wall lights in.
Yeah.
Like this, what are they called? Projections, which kind of give a new experience, but obviously they're not on all the time either. So yeah,
Damn.
usually it is just black, which is kind of, I don't know.
It's just like a bit of a like because I feel like Thunder Mountain at least has like some scenery going for it.
Yeah,
Thunder Mountain was pretty sick. I'd say that
yeah,
was probably my favorite. I can't think of another one that I'd put up there, but yeah, I know what you mean. Disneyland's pretty sick to be honest. I would love to go again.
yeah. Like I could talk about the parks and about the cruise ships. I could literally talk for like literally hours, and people would be like, "Can you shut up now?"
That's
Yeah.
insane. Yo, okay. How long have you been going there for? Like,
Like as so the first time I went to California, I was 6 months old. So
oh my god. Okay, so you have been literally going there
yeah.
for and how often?
So like some like we've had like years where we had annual passes, so we'd go more than once a year to like Paris or something.
Damn.
So we'd go a couple times. So yeah. We've been
Damn.
going less and been going more on the cruises because we kind of when you get to a point at the parks where you're just like, okay, well we know what this is gonna happen, like you know what the rides are and you just wait for like 3 hours for a ride and you're like, nice. But
Yeah,
you
I
also
get
learn to
you.
like navigate the parks to the point where you can miss a lot of the queuing. So like
Okay.
sometimes you're like, oh, the parade's on right now. Everyone's gonna go to the parades. Let's go to the busy rides. Or a lot you gain a lot of knowledge that a lot of people wouldn't normally know.
Yeah.
So like when people are like, "You want to go to Disney?" I'm like, "Yeah, but we're gonna do what I like. We're gonna do it. We're not gonna like go around like certain like we're gonna because if yeah, I don't know. I'm like, you're gonna have to deal with me. Like we're going like to get this most out of this day. Like I don't know.
I love that. I love that. So what about the cruises then?
So we did our first cruise in 2014.
Okay.
So there's 4 ships. And they've been like I don't remember when the first one came out, but the first one was called the Disney Magic, which is my baby. I love the Disney Magic. My family love it too. Um, and they're not as like Disney. They're not like as in your face as the parks.
Hmm.
So like they're really nice, although, and you get like unlimited food, and there's the waiters like come with you each night, so they know like what you. So say if you ordered the same drink for like the first 3 nights, they'd then start bringing your drink for you like to the table before you got there,
Yeah.
so you could sit down and have the drink that you wanted. Like if they kind of yeah. I don't know. I love the restaurants and stuff, and until I turned 18, I could go in the kids clubs, and I loved it. Like I would, like when I have my own, like I'm definitely taking them on because it changed who I was. Like I used to be such a quiet, like goody two shoes child, and then I like it pulled me out of my box. Like I wouldn't be able to stream if it wasn't for the cruises. And
Yeah.
obviously, I'm going into a career where I want to build ships. Like it's just like cruising has changed my life like completely.
That's sick. That's so cool. What were the kids clubs like?
So there's 2 clubs that are 3 to 12, and then there's 11 to 14, and then there's 14 to until you turn 18.
Yeah.
And then so in the younger ones, there's kids. The Ocean is Club and the Ocean is Lab. So the club was more like there would be like slinky rides. So in the club, I don't even know how to describe it. There'd be like sections. There's like a Tinkerbell section, a Marvel section, like a Toy Story section, and just a Mickey Mouse section. And they'd do like activities throughout the day. So like your parents would have like the list of activities. So going all over the ship. So and there'd be like one strip of the day that's like Ocean is Club or like whatever club. it would be like, we're making slime at 10 o'clock, or we're making movies at like 12 o'clock, or I don't know, cool stuff. I can't think
Yeah.
of any examples right now, but there's always stuff going on, or like arts and crafts at 11 o'clock. I don't know. So when you're like kids are younger, you could like put them in and out, whereas when you're older, you normally just end up spending the whole time at the club anyway. You don't really like, I never saw my parents very much. I'd like eat with them and I'd sleep with them, and that's pretty much all they got of me. And when we went out on like day trips and stuff on land.
Yeah.
And then there's that class. So then the Associationist Lab, which is like you can like pretend to drive the ship, and like that's where like I don't know. That's a lot more techy and a lot less playy.
Mm. No, I
So
get
that's
you.
also where like board games would be, and like I don't know. That was kind of aimed at like the I don't know, like 10-year-olds that aren't like, I want to go down the slide like 4 billion times, you know. Um, so yeah, so there's I don't know much. The lab has changed since I went in there. That's all that I know. But I've been in the club since as like part of an open day. Anyway,
Okay.
then there's Edge, which is the 11 to 14 one, which is like when I was there, I was very awkward and I didn't want to go in there because that's like your awkward stage of your life, right? Where you're
Mm.
like, I don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's awful.
100%.
So when I was there, I spent most of the time out on my balcony eating the free chicken strips that I would get from the chicken shop. So that is what I did most of the time on that cruise. But like again, it's got similar stuff, but they're just like, oh no, you could go to the sports deck and play dodgeball, or whatever.
Okay.
And then it's the last one, which I loved to bits. Would do like Just Dance. It's called Vibe. Like Just Dance. They'd have like a Guitar Hero machine. They'd have a smoothie bar. Like in the bigger ships, they have their own pool and hot tubs. Like I don't know. It was great. I loved it. I could talk for hours about the ships. The poor people that I've been like, you want to come cruise with me? I've made them sit down and watch video after video after video of what's on the cruise ships with me, and I must drive them insane.
Oh. Oh, that's so sweet. That sounds really, really cool. Oh my god. The thing is, you've now made me want to revert back in time and go on a cruise ship. Which, damn, that sounds really cool. But okay, it's been an hour and a half, so I think we'll end things there. But do you want to just quickly have the floor to like just promote the hell out of yourself?
Oh, okay. So yeah, sure, I can do that. So, all right, hold on, give me 1 second. So although we're not sure of what time yet, make sure you come check me out on Twitch at RunWithMee. I will probably be streaming 3 times a week. I'm not sure how long, when, or like any of that details yet, but make sure you follow my Twitter, which I'm pretty sure is RunWithMee as well. It might be like RunWithMee98 or something. I'm not exactly sure. Make sure the E's are with 2 E's at the end, because a lot of people always forget that. And I will definitely start posting on my Twitter more. That's where I'll put my updates of times, days, all of that, etc. I believe I can give you a date. My first stream back might be actually it probably just happened, right? It would have happened Friday.
Yeah. Yes.
Like Friday just gone. So I hope lots of you were there.
Y'all better be in there.
Yeah, like you better have been there. Like if you weren't, then what are you
what
doing?
the hell?
Like what are you doing? Head over to my YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's just Run With Me as well. Very creative over here.
Yo, post a single video before
Yeah.
I'll post a video before Sunday challenge.
Okay, I'll try.
Go on. Gotta have something to blow up.
Okay. I currently have 3 subscribers. So
I might be one of them, to be fair. I might be one of them. So
anyone that goes over there, like you'll be loved and appreciated, and you can like get an OG like first 10 subscribers badge.
Yo.
Exactly.
Get L to 100 subscribers.
Maybe. We'll
Poggers.
See. So yeah.
Yo. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Elle, for appearing. It means an absolute ton. Make sure you go and obviously do everything Chiz just said. All links to that will be in the description, and all of her tags, names, things will be on the screen below us. And if you enjoyed the podcast, make sure you subscribe over on TXM-Tom Spoors. We
Hit
have
that follow button.
absolutely. We have new episodes of the podcast coming out every single Sunday, with different guests every single time. And so make sure you click it, subscribe and like if you enjoyed, and comment and all the cool stuff. If the person watching this has watched all the way till the end, what should they comment down below?
Ooh, the pineapples are fluffy.
So yeah, comment pineapples are fluffy down below if you stayed and watched the entire podcast. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Goodbye.